Alright, so today we're going to be working on a foldable, specifically laws of exponents. This is what we will be focusing on for this week. You need to know how these rules and how these laws work. So let's talk about what is an exponent. Well, this n right here is the exponent. So go ahead and circle and write. So whatever I write, you need to write as well. And this a right here, we call that the base. So anytime we're talking about the base, we're talking about the big kid. And anytime we're talking about exponents, we're talking about little kids. And this will make sense as we go through the foldable. So not just base, but write big kid. And not just exponents, write little kid. Alright, let's go to the next one. So the first one we're going to talk about is the zero rule or the zero law. So what it says, any base raised to the power of 0 or exponent of 0, your answer will automatically be 1. So let's look at these. 14 to the 0 power, 1. Negative 9 to the 0 power, 1. Because it's this whole thing to the 0 power. Now here, you have the negative outside. So this part is equal to 1, but you still have that negative. So your answer is negative 1. Alright, let's go to the next one. Alright, so the negative exponent rule, or law, like it says in the foldable, is we do not like negative exponents. We do anything that we can to get rid of it. Negative exponents are like the biggest no-no ever. So if we look at this rule, we see that if you have a negative exponent, you flip it. So this ace to the nth power is now at the denominator. So this 4 over negative 2, we would write it 1 over 4 squared. It's the same thing, but now our exponent is positive. Now, if it's backwards, where as the denominator it's negative, we would move it to the top, meaning x to the 5th power. And technically it is over 1, but do we really need to write that? No. Alright, so this z to the negative 6, if it's in the numerator, if it's on top, we flip it down. So this would become 1 over z to the 6th power. And that last one, since it's at the denominator, we're going to move it to the top. It will become p squared. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Okay, so the product rule. This is where I was talking about big kids and little kids earlier. So remember, our exponents are little kids. So the n and the m, and that should actually be, let me change that. This one right here should be m. So because our bases are both the same, they're both a, all we have to do is take our exponents and add them. So let's look at our first example. Are the bases the same? Yes. So we keep it as a 12. And all we need to do with our exponents here, that 4 and the 3, is add them. So what is 4 plus 3? 7. And there you are. So next example, are the bases the same? Yes. So leave it. And let's add these. So if I owe you $2 and I borrow, or if I owe you $2 and I have 7 in my pocket, I'm going to pay you back, and that'll leave me with $5 left. And base is the same, so keep that t. 4 plus a negative 2 would look like this, which is just t to the 2nd power. All right, so remember, our little kids are just going to add. Let's look at the next one. All right, so this rule, power to a power, you're going to take these exponents right here, one on top of the other, and we are going to multiply them. This is different because it looks like they're side by side right here, but they're not. It would look like this, one raised to another. See how one's going up, it's going higher. When you see this happening, you multiply them. So these two right here, you need to multiply the 4 and the 7. And when you do that, you will get n to the 28th power. Now this one right here, you have fractions. That does not change anything. You are going to multiply. So 2/3 times 1/2. Now remember, when you're multiplying fractions, you just go straight across. So 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Can that be reduced? Yes. So that would be 1/3. And it looks like a lot of work, but it's just me showing you step by step. All right. Here, same thing. You have one fraction, so we can turn that into a fraction. 5/1 times 2/3. Go across. 5 times 2 is 10/3. All right. Almost done. 3 more. Ready? All right, so power of a product. So now parentheses in the past have always told us to distribute. So that's exactly what we're going to do. When you have two different bases on the inside, we have an A and we have a B. We need to take this exponent and share it with both. That is how we got these two. So here, two different bases. So our answer will be 3 to the 4th power and then x to the 4th power. And for today, for tomorrow, we're going to leave it like that. We're going to simplify everything on Wednesday. Same thing here. We're going to take this and we are going to share it. So that is 4, 3 to the 2nd power, and the letter C, 3 to the 2nd power. In this last one, we're going to end up combining two different rules here. So the first one, a to the 3, and keep that z squared, and we're going to put it to the 3rd power because we have to share it. Remember, parentheses to distribute. But this was one of the rules we just covered. When you see one on top of the other going up, what do you do with those two exponents? You should multiply them. So that's a to the 3rd, z, 2 times 3 will give you 6. All right, let's go to the second to last one. Okay, so the quotient law is kind of like the product law where we added on that green paper, where we added the exponents because they were side by side, multiplying, right? But now what we have is an exponent or a set on top of another set. First thing we need to do though is change this B to an A and that N to an M. All right, so our bases have to be the same in order to do this. So you have ace to the M over ace to the nth power. So when you have one on top of the other and your bases are the same, you can just subtract. So case in point, example A. So are the bases the same? Yes. So we keep it as an R and just do 3 minus 7. And when you do that, you should get a -4. But now we're combining rules because do we like negative exponents? No. So we're going to rewrite it as 1 over r to the 4th power. So that one had 2 rules combined, our new one plus one of the older ones. So are the bases the same for b? Yes. And we just do 8 minus 3. So that'll give me x to the 5th power. No negative, nothing crazy, so we can leave it. And now, are the bases the same for c? Yes. 9 minus 5, which will give us 4, so 3 to the 4th power. And this last one, we have j to the 7th minus a negative 4. Well, we know that 2 negatives give us a positive. So this will become j to the 7 plus 4 is what? 11. Okay, last one, guys. All right, power of a quotient is kind of like that gray paper, the power of a product, where parentheses mean to distribute. The only difference is our 2 different bases are not side by side, they're one on top of the other. So you still take that variable and you share it with both. Like example 1, you have r, and that's going to be to the 4th power. Let me fix that. So r to the 4th power over s to the 4th power. And the bases are different, so we cannot combine. We're done. Same concept here. 7 squared over 4 squared. Now I know that's something some of you could do in your head, but for right now, just practicing the laws of exponents, we're going to leave it like that. Now this one is going to be combining several rules. So first, let's talk about that denominator. You have 5 to the 3rd power. But on top, you still have that 3x, and that's to the 3rd power, which we know is one of the rules you need to distribute. So our final answer will be 3 to the 3rd power, x to the 3rd power over 5 to the 3rd power. All right, guys. What I need you to do before you leave is to write your name on the back of this foldable and make sure you turn it in before you leave, okay? Tomorrow you're going to do a worksheet that goes over all of these rules. And I want you to do the best you can, okay? You'll be able to use your foldable, but you have to turn it in today. Have a good day, guys.